And our relationship with China has changed. China is an important trading partner, but more and more China is a systemic rival and an economic competitor. China is ever more assertive on the global stage, and human rights are trampled under feet. The Communist Party's political agenda represents a challenge for our liberal world and for our values and our standards. If we are to face up to this China, then we have to stand united. It's only like that that we can defend our values. And there are three levels that this to be done on. First of all, dialogue and collaboration. That should be done when it's possible. China represents 72% of CO2 emissions, so it's the biggest polluter, and we can't protect the climate without China being on board. It has to shoulder its responsibility. And China is an important trading partner as well. 2 billion in trade, reciprocal trade. Turning now to our trade, well, it's essential. If there were no trade, it would be a disaster. But China is not playing by the same rules as European companies. And European companies are having trouble getting into the Chinese market, whereas the same can't be said in reverse. Also, Chinese authorities are subsidizing their companies in billions. Billions and billions are at stake here. We need a level playing field. Second point, I beg your pardon. We must not turn a blind eye to human rights violations. What's going on in Hong Kong or with the Uyghurs, for example. Jinping often flexes his muscles in the direction of Taiwan as well. But let's remind China that that status can't change. We will never accept China getting involved in the Ukrainian war either. China is a rival for the EU, and this is what we have to fight against. We have to reinforce our strategic autonomy and reduce our dependency on China. De-risking is a strategy that I subscribe to. Instead of buying photovoltaic panels or critical raw materials from China, we should be producing our own in Europe. Colleagues, let's not be naive. Energy blackmail from Russia has shown us that countries that don't share our values will play on our dependence and use it against us. So, we have to speak with one European voice when we speak to China. Only if we are united will we be able to defend our values. We cannot afford division faced with China. The stakes are too high.
Thank you. Now, in the name of the Commission, Mr. Borrell Fontelles, the floor is yours.